Praise higher, higher. Okay, next. Law of higher, to heed the call of every prophet in each generation, provided that he neither adds to nor takes away from the Torah, not to prophesy falsely. Deuteronomy chapter 18 verse 20. Not to refrain from putting a false prophet to death. And then Torah, in the book of Daniel, it mentions the king of the north. Daniel chapter 11 verses 36 to 45 talks about alliance of northern barbarian invaders of our lands. We are experiencing divine. They are experiencing divine defeat from higher. Link Ezekiel chapter 38 to 39 and Daniel chapter 11. The Pale Arabs colonized us, raped, robbed, and killed. Till this very day, higher will judge you, Gog. Verse 11. When Gog comes against the land of Israel, war on the Holy Lands, says higher, that my fury will show in my face for my jealousy, and in the fire of my wrath I have spoken. Surely in that day there shall be a great earthquake in the land of Israel, the Americas, and I will call for a sword against Gog, the ones who are treating us so brutally, man. Do you understand? A sword against Gog, man. Throughout all my mountains, says higher. Higher is magnifying himself against Gog. In Daniel, the northern king conquests the Pale Arab colonizing the world. In verse 45 of chapter 11, he shall come to his end and no one will help him. Bible is a historical document. Remember, Pope Alexander V inter Caetera in 1493 formed the legal and religious foundation for the conquests of the new, or in brackets I've put old world, that we are indigenous, that we're from. I am a descendant of the Jacobites from Scotland, and I am a descendant of the Jacobites from Scotland. How we are treated, executions. So senior leaders and British Army deserters were typically executed for treason. Forced transport. Over 1,000 Jacobites were transported to the American and the Caribbean colonies to perpetual servitude. Dumdai verses 1452. The Saracen Negro into perpetual servitude. History. This is a bit of history reminder. Arabs migrated to our lands. The Pale Arabs came to the Americas in 1870. In 1870, brought approximately 110,000 immigrants, primarily from Haman ruled Greater Syria, who settled as peddlers and merchants, later weavers, packing post, I think it says. World War II, 3.7 million American Arab invaders trace their roots to the Arab country. Lucifer and his agents have tried so hard to hide higher. You cannot send a rocket to outer space. Remember, this is just random information which I'm posting, which I would have done in the week, but the most I just said just do it in one lesson, man. So I'm just giving you my week's worth of information which I've been reading from. I've done a bit more, but like I had to try and fit it in. I don't want to do too many videos and something. So, hold on, where are we? They tried to hide the living creator, Lucifer and his agents here, the Morning Star. You can't send a rocket to outer space yet because the Van Allen radiation belt. Our physical rings of high energy charged particles, electrons and protons trapped by Earth's magnetic fields. Or you could just say the firmament, dome covering our Earth, rainbow firmament which separates the waters above from the waters below. The rainbow shape shows the shape of the firmament. It is seen as a physical reflection of the firmament. Praise higher, man. Law of higher. to love converts, Deuteronomy chapter 10 verse 19, not to hate your brother in your heart, Leviticus 19:17, to reprove your brother when necessary, Leviticus 19:17, Torah, relation reading. Magog occurs in the Old Testament on 4 occasions, Genesis chapter 10 verse 2, First Chronicles, which JC's not even mentioned in, the Morning Star, Lucifer, JC, man, he's not mentioned in Chronicles, and Magog is mentioned in 1, so Ezekiel 38 verses 2 to 39 and 6. It identifies a descendant of Japheth in the Table of Nations. Ezekiel describes Gog as the prince of Rash. 2 other participants are named in this group, Meshach and Tubal. The Arabs, pale and dark, Japheth, will dwell in the tents of Shem, a prophetic blessing spoken by Noah. Genesis chapter 9 verse 27. May higher extend Japheth's territory. May Japheth live in the tents of Shem, and may Canaan be his slave of Japheth. Turkic people, ethnic groups, Ughaz, Turkish people. I can't pronounce all these, but I'll hover it over and you can just see. Here's one there, look. Azerbaijan, I can't pronounce that. Turkmens, Gag, I can't pronounce that. AUZ, Chip, Chak, Kazaz, Kazaz. And there's all these ones here. Tartars, Bashkirs. I'm dyslexic, forgive me, man. Uzbeks, Siberian, Yakuts, Sakha, and Tuvans. So there's quite a few there. Papa Ball info, Sick, SICUT, Judaeus, as the Jews, it's Latin, set out the treatment of the Jews, issued about 1120 by Calixtus II, and served as a Papa Charter of protection to Jews. It was prompted by attacks on Jews by the First Crusade, during which thousands of my people were killed. Land Back movement apparently is a human rights effort advocating for the return of indigenous territories to the correct people. It aims to restore sovereignty, protect the ecosystems, and rectify historical dispossessions. Restitution, and I'll put history on the Rothschilds who funded the fake state of Israel in 1948, how they are from the Khazars, Turkic people from the north, Pale Arabs, Gog of Magog bloodline. They converted to our ways around the 8th and 9th centuries. Genetic studies show that Ashkenazi Jews converts do not convert, not Shemitic, but rather Japhetic. The Rothschild family originally established its banking empire in Frankfurt, Germany, in the late 18th century. Wolves in sheep's clothing have pulled the walls over our eyes for almost 500 years. The masses have been thoroughly deceived by a cosmic fairy tale of astronomical proportions. We have been taught a falsehood so gigantic and diabolical that it has blinded us from our own experience and common sense. Freemasons who work for Lucifer are lying about the operation of our world, which is being destroyed due to greed and control. We are taught that everything is revolving around the sun being a symbol used for the secret worship of Lucifer, the morning star. And then this note here, so law, so not to embarrass others, Leviticus 19 verse 17, not to oppress the weak, Exodus chapter 22 verse 21, Torah relation reading, Gog is the leader, chief, prince of, this is referring to Ezekiel 38, chief prince of Meshach. Remember, we mentioned that Meshach before. on the some of the nations that Mishak, where is it? Where it mentions the Turkic people, Mishak is mentioned, okay. And Tubal from the northern allied nations, Persia, Kush, Gomer, and the house of Tug Amara. The action higher brings a great earthquake on the land of Israel. Internal chaos, panic causes Gog's soldiers to turn their swords against one another. That's what's going to happen, okay. Papal Bull information, massacre of the Jews, 1265. Simon de Montfort defeated and captured King Henry III at the Battle of Lewes. Montfort became ruler of England in all but name and was able to pursue the baronial campaign for the reform. The instability and unrest led to the persecution of Jews living in London in 1265. Don't forget Cheddar Man, we was there before, man. Human rights, the Third Geneva Convention is one of 4 treaties of the 1949 Geneva Convention. Third Geneva Convention defines humanitarian protections for prisoners of war. There are 196 state parties to the convention. History: King Charles I strongly believed Higher gave him absolute authority to rule. Parliament disagreed, leading to the English Civil War. They took away the divine right to rule, man. And now you're seeing the consequences of doing that, do you understand? The Most High is rocking your colonies. But for your stubbornness, yeah, you may have stubbornness, yeah, but the Most High still will not allow your colonies to succeed because of your stubbornness. You know what I mean? It's over. So the English Civil War, Cromwell's army defeated the King's army, the Power Arabs, Japheth. The High Court tried Charles for treason against his own people's will. He was executed in 1649. And then Lucifer, Azazel, Samjaza, read the Book of Enoch, talks about the Nephilim or Titans. This explains monumental ancient ruins or the chaos of the old world, linking to today the evil spirits that roam the earth. That's all the notes there, man. Praise higher. Now I'm just going to read through some books I've been reading from. Starting with the Bible. So we're in the book of, I'll read Ecclesiastes first, I'll read the book of Kings. Okay. Cast thy bread upon the running waters, for after a long time thou shalt find it again. Give a portion to 7 and also to 8, for thou knowest not what evil shall be upon the earth. If the clouds be full, they will pour out rain upon the earth. If the tree fall to the south or to the north, in what place soever it shall fall, there shall it be. He that observes the wind shall not sow, and he that considers the clouds shall not reap. As thou knowest not what is the way of the Spirit, nor how the bones are joined together in the womb of her that is with child, so thou knowest not the works of Higher, who is the maker of all. In the morning sow thy seed, and in the evening let not thy hand cease, for thou knowest not which may rather spring up, this or that, and if both together it shall be better. The light is sweet and the light is sweet and it is delightful for the eyes to see the sun. If a man live many years and have rejoiced in them all, he must remember the dark sometime and the many days which, when they shall come, the things past shall be accused of vanity. Rejoice therefore, O young man, in thy youth, and let thy heart be in that which is good in the days of thy youth, and walk in the ways of thy heart, and in insight of thy eyes, and knowest that for all these Higher will bring thee into judgment. Remove anger from your heart, and put away evil from your flesh, for youth and pleasure are vain. Remember thy Creator in the days of thy youth, before the time of affliction come, and the years draw nigh, of which thou shalt say, Thy please me not before the sun and the light the sun and the light and the moon and the stars be darkened, and the clouds return after the rain, when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall stagger, and the grinders shall be idle in a small number, and they that look through the holes shall be darkened. Never forget the living creator, man. Alright, now we're in the book of Kings, chapter 1. David mourns for Saul and Jonathan. Now it came to pass that after Saul was dead, that David returned from the slaughter of the Amalekites, and abode 2 days in Siklag. Talk about me in a past life, man. King David. And on the third day there appeared a man who came out of Saul's camp with his garments rent and dust strewed on his head. And when he came to David, he fell upon his face and adored. And David said to him, From whence have you come? And he said to him, I am fled out of the camp of Israel. And David said to him, What is the matter that is come to pass? Tell me. He said, The people are fled from the battle, and many of the people are fallen and dead. Moreover, Saul and Jonathan his son are slain. And David said to the young man, and the young man that told him, How knowest thou that Saul and Jonathan his son are dead? And the young man told him and said, part 3, sorry.